Hello guys, in previous lecture we had discussed or we had taken an overview of the concept of liberty. Today we are going to analyze different kinds of liberty, and let me remind that these lectures we are making this series of lectures for the BA program which are given by different universities in Pakistan. And since it's a journal topic and it's a political topic, and so that's why it's useful for those friends as well who are not associated with social sciences. So guys, you know that what is liberty means free from restrictions, so that you could avail the opportunities for betterment of your to enhance your social welfare. Today we will discuss the kinds of liberty. Basically there are two types or two kinds of liberty. There are natural liberty and national liberty. National liberty has further three more kinds. They are civil, political and economic. Let's take an overview of those. First, natural liberty. Natural liberty points out to the life before the period of organized political life. That's before the formation of state. The natural liberty was existed, and it's some sort of liberty where there is no any restriction. Usually state and law is a check on liberty, although it's for enhancing the welfare of people, but they are checks on liberty. And natural liberty points out to the period before the organized political life. It means absence of all legal restraints on human freedom and action. That is, there must not be any sort of any legal or any legal or any constitutional restriction on the freedom of action and freedom of speech on anything. That's the human beings are totally. It means human beings must be totally free without any restriction, and they will be allowed to do whatever they want to do. So the concept of natural liberty was highlighted by the exponents of social contract. They were the Hobbes, Locke and Rousseau. While discussing their theories, the theories of Hobbes, Locke and Rousseau, we have some sort of detailed discussion on the concept of natural liberty given by those social scientists. Today we are just taking an overview because this concept was highlighted by them. For example, Hobbes, while writing in his well-known book Leviathan, where he had given the concept of social contract as well, he said that the state of nature was a nature of lawlessness and brutality. When there was no law and the people were brutal, they were doing injustice with each other, the total scenario was something like that of might is right. And the natural liberty was not good for people because it was injurious to them, it was a danger for their existence. So and then Locke says that the natural law came into existence or natural law came into existence for the supremacy of natural liberty, because natural liberty was good, the state of nature was good, people were happy and they were by nature not aggressive. Hobbes was saying that people are by nature aggressive, while Locke says that people are not by nature aggressive. So the state of nature was a good environment, and the natural liberty was existing at that time, and natural law came to protect the natural liberty. Locke, who took a middle way between Hobbes and Locke, also says, Rousseau says that the state of nature was a period of idyllic period. It was a very good period when men was happy and the natural liberty was existing. So the natural law came to protect that further. Next is national liberty. Guys, national liberty means the independence of human or independence of a nation from external control, and it has been closely associated with nationalism. That's the natural liberty means that nobody or no any power from outside should have any influence on any nation. If you are a nation, then you should have the right to make or to formulate laws for yourself. You have the right to rule your area, you have the right to rule on your nation, and no other nation should interfere in the personal or the internal matters of a nation. The concept of national liberty was highlighted in 20th century especially after the First World War, when Paris Peace Conference was signed. Guys, we do have a lecture on Paris Peace Conference as well. If you are interested to know about that, please subscribe to our channel and visit that lecture as well. Paris Peace Conference was a conference after First World War, and after the concept of national liberty was propagated. And after this conference, many nations in the European world and the Western area world got independence and got national liberty. Later on, after the Second World War, the UN Charter was signed, and UN Charter also protected the concept of national liberty. And because of the charter, different nations in Asia and Africa got also independence and got national liberty. And there are three more other kinds of liberty in political theory. The first one is civil liberty. Civil liberty, Lasky is defining civil liberty as the liberty of an individual in action and thought in those areas of life where results of one's efforts are mainly personal in nature. That is, he's saying that civil liberty means that a man should be free to do whatever he want to do in his personal area. That's in the personal life. He must have the right to life. He must have the right to possess any religion of his own choice. This is the civil liberty according to Lasky, and this must be given to everyone. That is, he is the owner of his life. He has the right to adopt any religion. He has the right to adopt any profession of his own choice. So these are the areas where that comes under his personal jargon, and he is free to do whatever he want to do. And Gettel also defines civil liberty as the civil liberty consists of those rights and privileges provided by state to its citizens. That's the right to life, right to protect, possess any profession, and right to possess any religion of his own choice. Actually, these rights are the rights that a person received by birth, but since the state is protecting these rights, so indirectly we can say that state is the agent that gives these rights to the people. So Gettel was right to say that the civil liberty consists of those rights and privileges provided by state to its citizens. Next is the political liberty. Guys, political liberty means the liberty to participation of citizens in political life of a community. That is, all of them should be allowed to participate in political decision making. They should be allowed to contest elections. They should be allowed to vote, and they should be allowed to choose any political ideology of their own choice. They should be allowed to, or they should be free to support any party or go against any party. That must be their personal matter, and they should be allowed to do so, and that's called the political participation of citizens in the political life of a community, and that's called the political liberty. And next is the economic liberty. Guys, let me remind you that the economic liberty is basically a component of the social liberty or the civil liberty, but since this is too much important, so that's why we put it under another heading, a separate heading, that with economic liberty. Economic liberty simply means right to adopt profession. That's, you are free to adopt any profession of your own choice, but that profession must be lawful according to the law of land. That's the economic liberty. Thank you for joining, guys. Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel and press bell icon, and forward this clip to your other friends as well, and put your suggestions to make this channel more informative. Thank you for joining. Take care. Goodbye.